Family, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe and the bell and the like. Leave a comment, fam. So, fam, we are jumping back into Volt Inu. It does appear that we're starting to see a bit of I would say a small reversal here at this point, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so fam, as we can see, we're sitting at about 57,000 followers. Again, very, very impressive, broken the 50,000 follower milestone. I will also say that, the migration is still in effect. So if you have not migrated tokens, I would recommend that you do so. But let's jump to our first update. So as we can see here, it says, without even knowing it, so many people and companies are already vaulting. Speak about exposure. So as we can see here, this is just a community member kind of talking about a product, it's called Volt Cola, and it is energy cola, is what it says up on the can. But nonetheless, that's what Volt means by, some of these companies and some of these products are vaulting, man. And, of course, Volt having the lightning bolt as its logo, it just makes sense that it would kind of highlight other companies that are doing things or using that image. So again, let's move forward. Now, Volt says we're about to vault some, it says, asses in the cup in the coming hours. So again, y'all, there could be some major movement for Volt. Again, I'm diamond hands on my Volt Inu bag. I will be holding this asset. And it will, again, when I talk about being diamond hands, understand that means that I will always have this asset in my portfolio. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So Droid X, as we can see, it says Volt time for Volt Army. Volt is now listing on Droid X. Volt Inu Official is a hyper-deflationary token whose aim is to invest in multiple asset classes such as NFT nodes, altcoin staking, and farming of stable coins. And it says swap Volt Inu without KYC. And if you do not know what KYC is, it stands for Know Your Customer. So again, if you're an investor who just wants to be a bit more anonymous, you can use Droid X and actually swap for Volt. Now, Volt says Volt and you won't have to worry about the rest. Again, y'all, this is why I'm diamond hands on Volt. I am just collecting reflections day in, day out. But nonetheless, I will see where Volt goes into the future, and I will try to keep y'all updated as we move forward. So we got into this the other day, and it says our $50,000 buyback starts now. We will match every buy 1-for-1 on ETH. So again, y'all, I had talked about $100,000 community buyback, $50,000 coming from the Volt Inu team, with about $50,000 obviously coming from the community with a one-on-one investment. That means if you invest $1,000, the Volt Inu project will invest $1,000, which means if 50 people invest $1,000, that's an easy $100,000 buyback. Very impressive. Now, Volt says the Volt Army is probably the community with the greatest fighting spirit. Thus, we had no choice but to partner with one of the best athletes in the world. If you want to know who, tune into a massive Jake Gagan show on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's going to be in about a couple days. We'll definitely see who Volt has sponsored. They said best in the world. So again, I don't know who it is at this point. So we'll definitely check it out and see what happens. Now, this was a pretty important tweet coming from the Shib Hodler. If you follow this account, it does have over 300,000 followers on Twitter. But they said, I just bought a bag of Volt Inu Official, and its chart is looking bullish. The Park City Farmers Market opened this week, and Volt is the official sponsor. Park City is one of the wealthiest towns in the U.S., massive exposure for Volt. So again, y'all, if you go to their Telegram, just to check in upon it, how many people are in their Telegram, there is over, it's updated, it is over 18,000 people right now and over 1,200 people online right now as we speak. So again, if you haven't gotten into the Volt Army, or if you haven't checked out the project, I highly would recommend it. Because again, it definitely has been one of my most profitable investments of 2022, and I do think that it definitely has a beautiful future ahead of itself. Now, Voltinu says, wake up, Volt, sleep, rinse, and repeat. And again, y'all, that's why I try to keep y'all updated daily on everything Volt is doing, because it's just in this market, you want to be able to edify or educate people on what their asset is involved in. And, I think that is a make or break thing when it comes to any crypto asset, is just the information that its holders can get on a daily basis, knowing what their project is doing. So, because, most people these days are just working really, really hard to just provide for their families. So, if I can help with that in any way by getting all this information, I'm truly grateful. And I do just want to give a big shout out and thank you to everyone joining me here on this channel. Now, Voltinu says we can't stop volting all the Argentinian soccer fields. And again, I talked about this. Volt is doing these multinational in real life sponsorships. Very, very impressive. Just to name a few, we do have the Argentinian soccer field, soccer teams. We also have sponsorships in Turkey. We have sponsorships in obviously the Park City Farmers Market, Texas, and I want to say even more. So again, y'all, very, very impressive. Volt is always doing these in real life sponsorships, and I'm very, very impressed with it. Now, as we can see here, this looks like it says Arto Foda made 3 of these artworks for the Volt Army. We will give them away to 3 people in 24 hours. So let's just jump into this, because I thought this was a very, very cool piece of art. Supercharged, baby girl, I need a redo. Supercharged, baby girl, I need a redo. Hey, go to the moon, I said that phone to the moon. Baby girl, I wanna touch on you, wanna fuck on you. Again, I thought that was pretty cool, the way that they did that. The way that TikTok just has all these different filters, pretty crazy. So Volt says so many exchanges, countries, sports, companies that still have to get vaulted. Probably nothing. And again, y'all, I believe Jordex would make its 24th exchange for the project. So again, I have not seen many projects in this space that can do 24 exchanges in nearly 5 months, or maybe at 5 months. Very, very impressive. We'll definitely see where Volt continues to go moving forward. But nonetheless, it will have, even if today it does massive numbers, or really just in the future period, it's always going to have more exchanges to get on, more sponsorships to promote, more sports to sponsor. And of course, companies, they're going to follow the trend. So you may even see more companies talking about Volt, or using the word Volt, or using the lightning bolts. So we'll see what happens. Now, this was a pretty impressive press release, and it says, we always have many voltish and exciting announcements in store. And as we can see, this is the uk.finance.yahoo. So this is Yahoo. This would be the UK version of Yahoo, and it does have a press release here. Very impressive. Again, Volt, this has to be like I can't even say the numbers. They just get press releases all the time. But I do want to say this is at least their second press release that I have seen in the last couple of weeks. So again, very, very impressive, y'all. But family, I want to hear your thoughts and comments on Voltinu. I want to hear what you think about the project, and where do you think that it's going to go from here? Again, it's 24th exchange. And, again, just based off of what I was seeing in my portfolio, it definitely does look like it's finding some, I guess what we would call a decent bottom, or a decent floor on the project. And nonetheless, it only has time to go anywhere but basically go up. So again, y'all, I do want to thank everyone for joining me here on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. I will see y'all on my next broadcast. I love y'all, fam. Y'all take care. Have an amazing day, and peace out.